Really cool. Setting anything up, I got we're gonna do Facebook and YouTube at the same time. Holy shit, boy. I'm just sitting here in the lab. Gonna talk about fragrances real quick. Actually, the last two fragrances I talked about today. So I want to put this on the same place. Oh, you know what? This is the sticky part. I want to put this over here with this because I want to keep looking to camera one to camera two. All right, so now I'm getting Facebook loaded up. All right, so we got Facebook. There we go. So I don't have to keep looking at two different cameras. Like, oh, I'm looking over here and I'm looking up here. YouTube is on, Facebook is on. So Facebook, thank you for the opportunity to be able to, thank heavily for the opportunity to be able to see you. Hopefully you are doing well as well, since I just popped y'all on real quick. We're gonna talk about fragrances, then I'm gonna talk a little bit about life, for me anyway. And then I'm trying to get this camera straight for Facebook. I'm trying to get this glare. I got this glare back here. Amongst all this studio equipment, I got a lot of glare. Let's see if I turn it that way. It won't glare as much. Had a little music. Oh, dang, like it got worse. Did it get worse? It's the same for the YouTube thing. So I mean Facebook. So sorry about that, y'all. Sorry about the Facebook glare, but it's all right. Everything will be all right. All right. So fragrances. So the last 2 days I wore Sedell, which is I say it's leather. I say it's more suede than leather, but they call it leather. It's a leather fragrance. And here we have Cure Velours, which is a suede fragrance to me. So I wore both. And now I'm figuring out, I didn't look up the notes, because I have Plum Japanese as well, which is another type of suede type fragrance, which is plum and leather, supposedly, right? There's a lot of other ones out there. Skin on Skin. I would like to get Skin on Skin also again. I haven't had that L'Artisan de Parfumeur. I would like to get that again, because that joint is pop. I used to spray it on my bed. Yo, put me to sleep like night-night. Not as much as I'll say Joe Malone's. Oh, that's what that is. That's that light up there. Hold on. I even had the goddamn light on. I got darn. There we go. It's a little bit better. It's still trying to dominate somehow. I'm not sure. Anyway, yeah. So when it comes to plum and leather fragrances or leather and some kind of sweetness, I'm just thinking, man. Skin on Skin. I would like to have that again. If I had to buy that again, and it's not that expensive, but if you find that they really don't make it anymore, so it'll be kind of old. Hopefully, whoever has it probably kept it well. I mean, I probably will buy it from Max Forte or Max Aroma, like that, because I know they will probably take care of their shipping, where they keep their fragrances at to make sure they don't lose power when you get them, because they are older fragrances that aren't made anymore. So, Cure Velours, really like it. And I'm going with plum. There's some kind of sweetness here. Like I said, I'm not going to look it up. I'm just going to go by my nose, because it doesn't smell like Plum Japanese. Plum Japanese is different with the plum and the suede type thing. But this right here, yeah, I am smelling through the cap. Smelling through the cap. That's crazy. All right? So, bam. Or Sedell again. One of these I'm wearing again today. Now, I want to go somewhere, sit down with my book, and be able to write some songs. I tried to do that the other day at Plaza Azteca, but I was busy. I couldn't get no signal, and all this other stuff was going on. And it was like, yo, the music was playing in the background, Plaza Azteca was popping off, blah, 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 and I really couldn't concentrate. And then friends started coming and I started talking to them. I want to go. It's supposed to rain today. It's like it's raining now, I don't know. I'm gonna put some gas in the car and go out to a place called Riverwinds. Now, the good thing about Riverwinds is I like the food. I really do like the choices of food too. Normally what I get is I get Brussels sprouts, I get some sauteed mushrooms, and I get asparagus. That's all I need. I'm straight health. And then I'll drink a glass of wine. Well, that ain't gonna happen because I'm bringing my own wine, and not BYOB, but I'm just saying I'm bringing my own wine. All right, I got to bring my own wine. You know what I'm saying? We'll see if they do BYOB. All right, so that's that. I want to do that. I have every intention of doing that. But let me tell you something. Hold on. Because I want to make this a video about fragrances, also about life, and also about this whatever. Especially when it comes to me. Because I'm on here not to impress anybody. I'm not on here like the ladies pulling on their hair. Every time they got to be pulling on their hair, they try to look all cute and everything. But it don't make any sense to me that you're doing that when you know all that stuff is fake. From eyelashes to hair, I want to see what you're going to look like when you wake up in the morning. That's the person I want to see. Whole different person. Then we got to go through 2 hours of makeup and hair and all that stuff. I don't want a woman like that. I don't need a woman like that. I need a natural woman. You know what I mean? Now, I might put a little something in your hair maybe every now and then, but a whole freaking kitten caboodle caboodle of hair and snuffleupagus eyelashes and all this craziness. And then you take off your clothes, it's like, it didn't matter where you put all this stuff on. All right, so we just stop right there. Pause. No matter what you have on, if you're in a relationship, it matters on when you wake up with somebody, how you look in the morning. Now, the other thing is, it's so sad when I see these people, I just be like, I be putting question marks on their pictures, like, why? Like, do you need to make yourself up to make you confident in yourself, knowing that when you wake up in the morning, you don't look like that? And then you gotta do all this other stuff. Now, me, I like to get dressed, but I don't have to put makeup on. I'm gonna put on some nice, some fit. My fit gonna be nice. My fit always gonna be nice. I spend a lot of money on my fit gear. But I don't need to put this on, that on. I'll shave. I'll make sure I'm clean shaven. Bald head, I'm an old head. Whatever. But I ain't putting no extra on, yo. That's about the best I'm doing. So, to get to the point after I spray, I'm gonna go with Cure Velours. This has been so long. Now again, I gotta make sure I don't get my shirt. Cause these shirts, I got these high-end cotton shirts that are very sensitive to freaking fragrances. And if somehow a fragrance get on some of my cotton shirts, it takes me forever to get the cotton shirt off. What's going on? TLJ is in the house. So yeah, it's crazy to me. So then I reflect back to being married. A lot of you don't know this. I don't mind telling you, I've been married twice, right? Been married, El Duso. All right, the first time I got married, I didn't really want to be married. Neither of us really wanted to be married. But we just got married. Really didn't want to be married at all. But the mother showed up. She was still a beautiful woman. I think her mom's still cool. They don't live here anymore. They live down south. And we had been together for like 7 years. When I got the Navy, and then I met her, my man had called me up and said, "What you going looking for you? Looking for me for what? She heard you was back home." We used to play in a band. We always play a band together. Me, the brother who told me that she was looking for me, blah, blah, blah. She was a trombone? She played trombone. Whatever she played. She played a blah, blah, blah. So I was like, all right, let me go check her out. Next thing you know, 7 years later, we still living together. Which lived right up the street from my mom's spot, or from my parents' spot. So it was like right down the street. It was like, bam, right? We same freaking street. I mean, not the same street, but the same name of the street. I know 31 block, you know 29 block. But it's a shift over. Anyway, that's North Philly. So don't get married unless you really want to get married. We both agreed. And probably even to this day, if I called her, she was like, I don't want to get married, neither did I. We were fine the way we were. Now, spiritually, because her mom was on the spiritual tip, that's what it was. My mom didn't think we should live together in sin. Her mom believed in them. Now, my mom never said anything, because my mom was like, yo, you got to live your life. You know what I mean? And some people need to stay out your business with that. And I got that because I wasn't into, church and all that stuff back in the day. I was raised going to church with my mom and everything. But I wasn't in church and everything, but I knew of it. You know what I mean? I sang in the little youth choir and stuff like that. I knew. I just thought I was singing. Just like most of these people go to church now, they just going. I don't think they're going to really worship. I don't really hear much about their spirit or in their speech. Sometimes during the day, they saying something spiritual. I got that. Now that can refer to somebody else. My buddy, if you see this, I'm not talking about you. I'm not talking about you. That person don't know who I'm talking about. No. There's a wide cast, there's a wide net to cast when you talk about people who go to church and just be fronting. Just be straight fronting. Get you some tracks that's going to be on a new album. But right now, we just listen to me. So, that's the way that is. So, we got married, and we stayed married for, How long we married for? Maybe 2 years. We was together we were common law, because she was like, well, y'all common law, y'all might as well get married. You know, and then she put on the big boy joint. I don't want y'all living in my house, because we had rented her house. She had a couple houses. Well, y'all know, unless y'all get married, you're not gonna live in my house. And she's, you know, what's the cow? You know, you expect my daughter the cow and give up the cow and eat it too, or whatever it was? Yes, that's exactly what she said. Your daughter said exactly that. She ain't got no problem giving up the cow and eating it too. Whatever that saying is. She had no problemo with that situation. Now that I've grown a little bit spiritually, and I understand that that should be a prerequisite to being involved with someone, but it's not more or less just because of the sexual part, right? I mean, any per se religion or faith, whatever you want to call it, sometimes you can't do that. You can't be like bam, 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 and boom, bam, bam. I had a friend of mine talking about she ain't gonna never get married because she don't want to do the nasty. And she doesn't want to do the nasty. So for the sake that she don't want to do the nasty, she ain't gonna get married because she know she got to give up some of that cootie pie. Now, I don't know how you gonna get married to some man and all you gonna do is cheat on you, which don't make any sense. So what is the real point of getting married, even if he's spiritual? Because I mean, me being a spiritual brother, I would rather get married to a woman that's spiritual as well. And I got that. It don't take much to be spiritual. All you gotta really know is not the concept of the Heavenly Father, the Holy Spirit, and Yeshua. It's not that. You know that. You know that for sure. And whether you go to church every Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, sing in the choir, collect baskets, that's not what it is. That thing is right here, and right here. It's three. It's always three. Father, Son, Holy Spirit, heart, mind, and hands. You know what I mean? What you do with your hands, how you think, and what you truly believe. You know, and there are people out here who do truly believe like myself, that believe in the Heavenly Father. But my me be like, you gotta get some buns, cuz. I get some buns. Now, there's no negotiating with the Heavenly. You gonna do what you gotta do. People, heavenly, and they out there doing dirty on the do dirty tip. But I'm saying, if I was the guy to do the nasty, I'm not doing strip clubs. I don't play around with porn. It ain't that deep for me to have to be that. Look, if I gotta, mess up the sheets a little bit on my own, I can do that. You gotta do that. But I'm telling you, I like the closest of a woman that I care about. I don't need any prostitutes, no hookers. I don't need no thought. I don't need no Jordans trying to hook up. I don't need that. I need somebody who I really care about. So if I'm gonna violate this thing and not be repentant about this thing that I do and still ask for mercy and grace every morning and forgiveness of sins and forgiveness of me doing what I'm not supposed to be doing, then it's gotta be worth me wanting to do that. And I can't do that with hookers and hoes. It ain't gonna happen like that. It ain't gonna do it in joints. I just, long time ago we hooked back up and hit. Nah, if I'm gonna be intimate, I gotta be with somebody that I knew that maybe, just maybe, if I can get my life together and want to get married again, then that would be the person. But see, here's the issue with that. I'm starting to really realize that, when I was at the gig, they was like, man, you gonna get married again? I said, yeah, absolutely, I'm getting married again. I mean, you wanna be alone, dog. You wanna be, look, my mom and dad lived all their life. A lot of you that had parents that stayed together for 50, 55 years, you got to see that. I mean, so you don't have a bar to be thinking about that by. I have a bar. My uncle and I, because they're country folk. Country folk don't get divorced. Country folk slug it out, but they ain't getting divorced. You can forget about that, for the most part. Now, I do have a couple people in my family that did get divorced, but for the most part, country folk don't play that divorce stuff. And that's whether they believe in the heavenly, whether they believe in it. They don't play that divorce. It's just not gonna happen. So, with that being said, I have the perfect model, and I wish a lot of you had the perfect model. Or maybe right now you could be the perfect model because you're married and you will not get a divorce, and no matter what you go through, you will not have your children going through a divorce. I've seen the battles, I've seen all that, but my parents stayed, 50 plus years. And that's all of it. That's all of it. Yo, what's up? My YouTube man hollering up top. Yo, but I'm doing a YouTube and a Facebook, so please let me do this video. I talked about fragrances already. I don't want to get off topic. This is like a non-topic of fragrance. This is just me talking about my life right now, how I'm feeling. So, but I'll tell you what I have on. I wore Curve Allures. I wore them wear Sadal. Bada bing, bada boom. If you have any questions about marriage, or you married and you can add something to this content right now, or you can talk about I'll get married again, but I don't, or you going through the struggle of having the pokey, but you poking 1, 2, 3 honeys at a time. I used to do that. And that goes to show you mercy and grace. Because I tell this story every now and then. I was a hoe. When I got divorced back in 1996, I was a straight hoe. I was banging everything on Facebook. Well, it wasn't Facebook at the time. Black People Meet, and then I think a little bit of Plenty of Fish. I mean, I was fishing and not, bang, 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 bang. Rolling them up. My apartment, I didn't really do that when I was up here. When I moved up here, it was a totally different situation. But when I got divorced back in 96, had my apartment down North Philly, honey was telling me as soon as I walked in here, I know we was boning. I'm telling you. And it wasn't just one. So I'm thankful that I came through that. I ended up not getting anybody pregnant, even though 2 times, 2 young ladies tried to claim I got them pregnant, but those are lies, because I don't have any children, obviously. So, a couple of women tried to get me stuck on that joint, when I'm pregnant, but it showed me the papers. Because I don't believe in abortion. So, even back then I didn't believe in abortion. I just don't think you kill. You just gotta tough it up. Tough it up. Do what you got to do. But I ain't taking no children because my mom didn't take my life. And I'm sorry to make some of you women feel bad, but how many lives did you take? I mean, it is what it is. You did what you had to do, that's what you thought you had to do. I don't believe in that. You know what I mean? Because, your parent could have did you. You could have been a one-night stand. A lot of you don't know whether you was made out of love. That's another point. So you really got to understand, I know I was made out of love because my parents stayed together for 50 plus years. I know I was made out of love. My pop wasn't just, knocking off my mom. My pop wooed my mom. My mom was freaking very intelligent. My mom came from South, cum laude, whatever you say, all that stuff. My aunt tell me all the time, your mom was a genius. That's why I'm a genius. Anyway, and my father worked well. My father worked all his life till he wanted to work, he couldn't work no more. My uncle worked longer than him. My uncle was like 84. He's still working. My pop stopped working when he just had to, and he's still trying to find things to do. Just like me. I'm retired, but see, I got this, and he had other things. He used to press shirts, whatever it was. To have the full gamut of a mother staying with a father for all that time should be a plus. And we can see by the way black folk are now, and I'm not talking about Caucasian, they do what they do. Black folk nowadays, the divorce rate is 95% dang near. People get married and then they knocking each other off as soon as they get married for money, stuff like that. Man, it's crazy. It makes you scared. It makes you nervous about getting married. I had this young girl reach out to me. Wait a second, this young woman reach out to me. Actually, I reached out to her because I actually thought she was a little bit more mature than what she was. I ain't gonna say older or younger. She was more mature than what she was. But I can tell, if I look at her profile, I can tell she just out there for, I don't know. You know what I mean? I think it's more of a body thing, showing up her body. I can't be with a woman. I would never be. So I tried to end that call. I'll never be the woman that always got to show her body on. And I would never be with a woman who had shown her body all over social media. And I'm not really a tattoo like her. Now I got a friend, we cool, she has a tattoo. Other than that, I don't have any other friends that have tattoos when it comes to females. Because tattoos don't do nothing for me. My wife, my ex-wife ended up getting tattoos. You gotta do what you gotta do. My first wife, I don't think she ever got tattoos. I'm just not a tattoo person. I don't understand the issue of tattoos. I understand why I gotta have a tattoo to remind myself of my mother, my father, my uncle. I don't know why I need to do that. I remember I got pictures of my mother, father, and my uncles and all them. I don't need to tattoo nobody's face. Never had any kids. They don't need tattoo. Had stepkids. Had 3 stepchildren. They ain't tattooed on my body. Now, what I did with my one stepchild, who is very, 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 very cool right now. She's a principal. She'll be in a school principal. Where do you think she got that from? She'll tell you. From you, Pop. She'll tell you that. She'll tell you. From you, Pop. So it is what it is. I was trying to be the father I could be with her. Her father, no, it is what it is. My opinion is. But I'm just saying, I did the best I can to make sure she didn't get pregnant before when she wasn't supposed to get pregnant. And then now she's a school principal, and now she does have a child. And she is hilarious, and he is too. But you just gotta look how you live your life. You gotta, a lot of people get around you ain't your people. A lot of people have agendas. Talking about that football player now. That boy know he could have never got no woman like that. Just like Michael Jordan, Jay-Z, all them. Man, those women would not pay any attention to him if he ain't had $1 million. That cat will still be in the club trying to get some booty. Nah, stop playing, man. And that's what I'm saying. I don't have a lot of money. I'm telling y'all right now. Y'all see this? I haven't even paid off yet. How about that? I'm still paying on all of my glorious studio equipment. So if you're going to try to get with me and try to find some money, it ain't going to happen. All my female friends will tell you, I ain't never got no money. Every now and then I'll get a little cake. I'm like, oh, let me treat you. But for the most part, I'm like, we doing Dutch, right? We doing Dutch, right? So just to tell you, I have beautiful clothes, beautiful studio, beautiful fragrances, collection of fragrances. I'm still paying on all of it. How about that? I ain't done paying on it. So if you're going to try to get with me and think you're going to get some money, you're not. And if I ever get married, I got a life insurance policy for $120 right now. If I ever got married, I would minimally take it down to $10,000. Now, if you're gonna offer me for $10,000, then that is what it is. But you ain't gonna get 10 grand off me. That ain't gonna happen. I ain't gonna do it. I don't need to do a prenup. I don't need to do a prenup, because there ain't gonna be nothing for you to take. If anything happened to me, I get married, all this goes to my nephew. Name all on it. My beneficiary is my nephew. So if you think you're gonna come up and do something stupid, if I was to get married again, if you think you see me dressed, I'm fitted up and everything, yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I ain't paying for stuff. But I'm saying, you ain't gonna get it. All right, let's start liquidating this stuff. My man passed on, man. He's a musician. I'm like, and I kind of wanted to, like, I wouldn't mind him. I think he had a drum set. Even though I could have put it in here, I think I would have racked and kept it, because he respected me a lot, being he would see me play guitar and all this stuff, and blah, 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 blah. And when he passed on, surprisingly, especially as I heard what the whole gist was, that it would have been cool for me to, when I come down, I help y'all towards, his thing. Let me buy some drums or something. I'd rather do that. Because that way I'd be keeping him kind of like, yo, if I had like his guitar, it would be cool. His guitar be sitting right up in here, and I'd be playing that joint on these albums. But it didn't work out that way, and I didn't think I should go at his family like that, because I really didn't know how to go at a family with somebody who I thought was going to be around for a while. Just saw him maybe the week before to my birthday party, and next week he wasn't here anymore. So it was like crazy with that. But I don't know who got all this stuff. I don't know whether he sold it to that. They could have sold it to me, but like I said, I didn't know how to come to somebody after that happened. Because I didn't know. I was cool with his wife, and we was cool. But I was just thinking about, donating to that situation, not really talking about, why don't you let me get his guitar, I can kind of keep him alive, what I mean, down here when it comes to the music, because I don't think he ever put any music out per se, and anything like that. So I use my man on guitar on this track, just as a tribute. I could have did that. I still may have time to do that. I don't know what happened with this stuff, but I would rather buy his stuff, just contribute towards what was happening. It's been a while now. It's almost like 2-3 months. But I'd rather have done that. But that's how I go. That's how I go. You know what I'm saying? Now, again, if I get married, you ain't getting jacked. And I ain't gonna have no prenup. And you ain't gonna put no policy on me, because there's gonna be something in my policy saying I never agreed to be a part of my wife, put me on any policy, or anybody else she might know in her family that she might say, oh yeah, Raj said put it on. No. That will be in my the thing that you write up. What do you call that? The thing of statement of the thing. That'll be right there. I am not going to be on anybody's policy. The only policy I'm going to be on is the policy that I'm on now, and then now it's been reduced because I can't afford to pay on a $100,000 policy at this age, because it's about to run out. So I got to re-up before it runs out. You know what I mean? And the bada bing bada boom. I'm like, yo, how much you need? Bro, this $7,000, man. That's it. 7,000. Ain't gonna be that deep. Ain't gonna be that deep. Keeping it real. I'm not trying to prelude something. Y'all probably won't even know I'm gone. I can't live by myself, I leave by myself. That's all. I always look at it like that. That might be selfish, but that is truth. That's true. My mother and father, I'm gonna go see them. You know what I mean? Whenever that happens. So again, I don't need nobody being around. Sister, you know what it is? We both think the same way. Dig up the dirt in the backyard. Shit, make a difference. I don't need nobody to do no $100,000 try to pray me into heaven funeral. Out of here, man. Stop playing me like that. So let's get back to the part I'm saying that because of the marriage thing. So no, ain't happening. But I do want to be married. I do want to be married though, man. But I don't know what that would be like. I mean, I said if I had to be married, it had to be one of two type of people. Want to be healthy. Now I will say, I'm gonna say this. She ain't gonna never watch this video because she don't like me anymore. But me and this one lady y'all used to see with all the time, we really would have been a great match. I think it would have been a great match. Because even though she wasn't into music, she turned on the fragrances, then she started taking on to that, then she became a vegan, she took on to that. And I was like, yeah, and she's like, yeah, that makes sense. She had no tattoos, whatever, man, we've been great. But we just didn't get along when it come to the way we thought. We just had different thought patterns. So it would have been a beautiful situation, especially when she retired. It was like, oh, snap. Yo, but look, sometimes you just need to stay friends, okay? And that's another gist of this video. It's like sometimes you just gotta stay friends. Some friends want to get married, and then they end up to find out they wasn't even really friends. Because then friends don't divorce friends. See what I'm saying? So friends don't divorce each other. Yes, Twinkle Toes. Me and Twinkle Toes hang out together. We have a ball together, blah, 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 blah. But there's some things that we just don't get along with. And the thing about it is, it's really not one of them things that can really be kind of rectified if I have felt that it would be worth rectifying. Now, I'm not sure if she ever would have thought about it, but I'm saying, counseling does a lot. The problem with blacks and native folk is that nobody thinks somebody can be counseled. They think they can go spew all their business all over the internet and expect to get advice from people who are losers. And that's just ridiculous. That's why I don't mess with people when it comes to relationships. I bet when people talk about politics, I dog you out in your comments all day. Sometimes I try to leave comments on my page because there's so many comments I can just be dogging out all day long about politics. Every now and then I'll sneak one on my page, but for the most part, it's been mostly like fun stuff on my page from now on, my RaJuR page. My music page, of course, is gonna be music. But yeah, other than that, and then we got to do a little. The last time we broke up was crazy. I mean, not really broke up because we weren't really together. We just hung out together a lot. With sometimes the anticipation, Dad, we should be together. Whether we weren't intimate, we were just chilling, but we knew each other for a long time, and then all of a sudden it broke off. You got me there, broke off. I tell everybody, how much comes? I said 3 on, 3 off. We had 3 months, we be chilling, having fun, hanging out every now and then, blah, blah, blah. And the next thing you know, we ain't talking about another 3 months. So that's just the way it is. And if that's the way a marriage would be, then I don't want a marriage that's 3 on, 3 off. So that's why I think it's very important that you find somebody that's more like you than not like you. People like to say opposites attract. That's some more bullcrap. No, it don't. I don't like tattoos. And I don't want my woman having tattoos all over her body. In fact, the young lady that reached out to me yesterday, she was 21, 22 years old. Actually, I kind of reached out to her first because I was interested in something she had said. And I asked what she a singer, because she like, if she can sing, I can market her. You know what I mean? But she has nice, young perk, you know what I mean? But in between, she had a tattoo of her face. Right there. She put a tattoo of her face in between her breasts. That would never happen. I had another friend. We was very cool. We was almost in it. I mean, that woman invested $300,000 in me, and I was like, yo, but it didn't work out, unfortunately. I ended up here. And she only had like one tattoo. It was a little small tattoo. She had the tramp stamp. Like, I know a couple of people had a tramp stamp. Women I was with at one time, they had tramp stamps. I'm like, yo, why you have tramp stamps? All right, I let that go. I mean, listen. Let's keep it real. We're adults here. If you're tramp stamping and I gotta look down, I'm looking at my work first. I'm admiring my work, Very good, dog. Doing good. Great. Side hustle. Side hustle. Bring it back straight. Bam. Okay. Ready? You owe me something. You owe me something. You owe me something. You know, but I don't want to have to look down and see two eyes looking up at me because I know those two eyes, and it was actually two females that had tramp stamps with two eyes on the back. I said, you used to be on a motorcycle or something? And that's what we really call tramp stamps. Women who used to bend over, you know, and they hold on to their man or whoever, right? And tramp stamps. Yeah, yeah. So two women I was involved with had eyes on the back. But sometimes I was like, all right, whatever, man. Whatever. You know what I mean? That'd be like, I might have laid a little, you know, drink on me one day. And this joint is ticking me off, dog. This tramp stamp ticking me off. Oh, gotta beat it up. Oh, yeah, gotta beat it up. Yeah. Look, I'm just being real with you. I'm a grown man. I'm 64 years old. I'm not trying to be coddling and cattling y'all cats. I'm just trying to help you out. If you're in your 40s, make up your mind now, bruh. Because I think the thing about when you get to be 60, you either doing it out of desperation, you're doing it because you're lonely, and that's two things you should not be doing. You should not be desperate, and you should not be lonely. There's too many people out here on this freaking planet. Find the ones that make sense to you and hang out with them. Don't be up in your crib sitting there like these, you know, crazy people who out here now. They ain't got no life and they join anything just to join in. You know, I ain't going to even get into it. Politically, I'm going to get into it. But, you know, these people out here crazy, man. Bro, the story is telling. Yeah, man, I got to tell a story, bro, because it's like, it's really like, when you 64, right? Again, I don't feel 64. My health, my doctor said my heart don't like it 64. I'm doing the best I can. And like I said, that don't mean nothing can happen tomorrow, today, or whatever. That don't mean anything. The fact of the matter is I'm trying. I am trying to do the best I can to live the best spiritual life I can live. Not my best life. But y'all talking about living your best life. You know, you just smoke weed all day or get alcohol if you drink. If you're not in shape, you don't take care of yourself. That's not your best life. That's you fronting, hoping it was your best life. Put all that makeup on and all that stuff. That ain't no best life. That's an imposter. Don't be an imposter. Keep it real. Now, coming back to you, of course I'm speaking to women. Dudes don't put on makeups. You know what I mean? Cats, don't be out the street like you a gangster. You 64 years old, you still out here talking about I'm a rapper. Yeah, man, yeah. Yeah, dog. Yeah, I'm a rapper. I'm a rapper from way back, dog. Yeah, dog, look at me raw. Dog, I'm a rapper. No, you're just not mature. You are over 60 years old and still acting like a freaking hood bumpkin. That's what you're doing. And nobody respects that. I don't respect that. I don't hang around hood bumpkins. If you want to have fun, like me in the hood, you remember back in the day, I got that. No, my dad was trying to dance. He couldn't dance. Yeah, act like he was back in his 30s and he was freaking 70. That is what it is. My mom didn't really get down like that. But for the most part, old folk gonna still have fun. They got this old head out skating. They call him the old head with the skating club. Just check out my page on Facebook. They call him the old head. So he might be 60 years old. Dude, like, yeah. I got some skates too. But last time I skated about 4 years ago, I fell and bumped my head for 2 minutes, they said. I don't remember. I know I got up and like, where's that little girl who made me fall? But I was trying to take myself after I drank the beer, skating on my Chicago skates. Yeah, that's what happened. I can tell you, I ain't scared. So anyway, Raj, will you get married again? At this particular point, no. I can't. Though I have myriad of female friends that I know in my life, some close, some not so close, that I just think that I'm an intricate person. Intricate not meaning difficult, meaning that I want to get back in my studio and start dropping tracks or whatever. I do the rest with you all day. We drink wine, I like having fun. I like to dance. Y'all see me, I'm dancing everywhere when I go. I'm down the best dancer on the freaking floor at 64. Best dancer on the floor at 64. Ask. You better ask somebody, because they'll tell you. I mean, strip dance. Like, yeah, I dance. I know how to dance. Everybody know I know how to dance. But what I'm saying is, there come a time that I can have all that with a person. I got a few young ladies I know. We can hang out all day. We dance. We go drink some wines. We get some grub. You know, I got one a little bit more special than the others right now. You know what I mean? She good people. She real good people. You know? And no matter what the situation is. And I know it's really got known for a long time. You know, we still chat, still chatter. I don't have enemies. I have enemy. Any woman I've been involved with, they're not gonna say they don't like me. Even everybody know her name. Okay, I don't want to say her name. My man said her name. I ain't gonna say her name because then she'll get mad about that and come out of nowhere. I ain't talked to her in about 2 months and shit. I saw you say something about my name. I don't want nobody to know who I am, and don't be saying that, blah blah blah. So I ain't gonna say her name. If you know, you know. If you don't, you don't. All I'm saying is that could have been a perfect relationship, but we just had differences in some things that I don't know why we just couldn't get by. So you just gotta let it go. I can't spend 64. I'm looking to be 87. My dad was 87. My mom like 76, but she had Alzheimer's. Hopefully, sometimes I feel like I be forgetting stuff like I might forget I'm talking to you in a second. Might even forget I did the video later. I don't know. But what I'm saying is, I want to be spending my life at 64 right now, looking forward to more years, heaven willing, and I'll be sitting up here all flippity flapped out with somebody I'm not happy with. I'm not going to do that. I don't want to be fighting. I don't need to fight. I want to make love. Dance. Pour us a glass of wine. Eat some good food. Chill. Relax, and write music. That's all I need to do. If I can find somebody who's going to let me do that, you can do what you want to do. Look, I was talking to another young lady one day, and we were just talking about that in a sense. It's like, yo, I don't want nobody that got to be hanging around me 24 hours a day trying to figure out where I am. The more likely it's going to be in here or the same place they go to anyway. You know what I mean? It's going to be the same place they go to because we cool like that. Where you at? You know where I'm at. I'm at where we normally go to. It's just that I'm not here with you today. Call where you at? Oh, you know, I knew you was going in. No big deal. Wait a minute. You need to come home. You gotta hurry up. No, go ahead. Enjoy yourself. I got all of this. I got fragrances. I got a lot of stuff to occupy my time. And that's where we come to the point and to the ending of this video. Some women want to control people. They don't want you to do anything that's talent-wise based, maybe health-wise based, because it's what they don't want to do. Now, the complexity of this is they can fake the funk, like they can fake the makeup and everything, but when you wake up in the morning, you're like, come on, hey! And you be like, oh, how you doing, babe? Because you look like that yesterday at 7 o'clock. But I'm just saying, yo, you gotta keep it real. You gotta keep it real. And woman, if you want to get with somebody just to say you're married and get them trapped up in something, and then you try to take that loot, which again ain't gonna happen to me. That just ain't gonna happen to me because I'm smart, right? I'm very smart. I went to Central High School. Anyway, so now I went to the Navy, and I'm very smart and intelligent. But what I'm saying is, and I had common sense too, not dumb as a bag of hammers. So other cats just want to get the coochie. They'll do anything to get the coochie. And then it might bring something back you don't want. See, it's easy to want some coochie. The hard part about that is, now you found that little hot down there. Well, you might find out, probably every 1 to 2 to 3 months, you're gonna have a situation down there. See, sex ain't everything. But sex is beautiful when both you know that you're healthy, you're free of anything that might do damage for the rest of your lifetime. AKA Magic Johnson somehow don't have that anymore. What happened when you ain't got the kind of money? You see what I'm saying? So stop playing. You're feeling me? You're feeling me? You're feeling me? I'm so tired of seeing these young kids. Every time they arrest some black people, they be talking to the cops like they their friend. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, what happened was I picked up a gun, you feeling me? And then my friend came up, you feeling me? And then he said, well, yo, what you doing with that gun, you feeling me? And he was like, what you doing with the gun, sir? Well, son, you feeling me? I mean, sir, you feeling me? I don't know, I was feeling the gun. And all of a sudden, the gun went off and shot my boy in the earlobe. And now his earlobe is jacked up. Ooh, did I say earlobe? Oh, stop playing. You know what I'm saying? To my main man. You know, you feel me? No, I can't talk gangster. I can't talk stupid. I can't talk ignorant. I can't talk blacksinated. It ain't gonna happen. I don't talk like that. I don't use profanity. As you can see, how many years I've been doing videos and how many profane words you heard in my mouth? Maybe 7 and over 3,000 plus videos I've done. Because I respect myself enough to know I have people cussing me out on Facebook because I say something about their little stupid politics. I say something, next thing you know, I said, man, you got a dirty mouth. And this chick came back saying, well, I don't cuss, but I can cuss when I want to. And lay the F-bomb. Thank you. Thank you very much for acknowledging the fact that I knew you was a bum. So, that's what you like to talk. You like to cuss. Perfect example. And I got to go, because I'm ready to go get some coffee. And I got to figure where I'm going to eat. I don't know whether I'm going to just go over the river winds and sit out there in the rain in my car and relax and write some songs and look at the water, look at the plains land. Or am I going to stay here in Philly? I got to work tomorrow. I'm like, yo, I ain't do nothing yesterday. You know what I mean? So I want to do something today. If it's in the rain, or maybe I'll just be indoors somewhere. Whatever it is, I need to get out. Because the studio stuff is getting on my nerves. Psych. So, I got to go get my guitar so I can do some guitar playing. Some of these songs. I know, look, I'm just so talented, it's unbelievable that y'all can't stand me. But it's okay, because you can't know what you can do about it. You know what you can do about it. You just got to deal with it. You got to deal with the fact that I'm a Grammy artist, producer, arranger, writer, composer. You just got to deal with that. I don't know what to tell you. I worked hard to get where I am. And I don't need no woman coming to my life trying to jack that up. Because she want to be a wannabe influencer on Facebook. How many wannabe influencers have killed people online this year? I looked at the one this morning. Well, they ain't killed you online, but they caught them. It's crazy, man. Shot them up. Shot the homeboy. They still talking about Tug. Why you talking about this guy like he gonna be the next George Bum Floyd? You might care about little George Floyd, that freaking bum. He is where he is. That's where he wanted to be. That's where he wanted to be. That's the life he lived. You know what I'm saying? If the police didn't do it to him, somebody else would have did it to him eventually. That's what it comes down to. I ain't heartless. That's just facts. And me, black people getting killed in Philly right now. It's totally ridiculous. I'll never move down in Philly. I'll move out of doggone Pennsylvania before I move down in Philly. I live in a freaking shack in Jenkintown in the back of somebody's backyard before I move to Philly. And my car be parked next to the shack. Alright, so, about done. What I got on today? Got my All Saints cap. Got on my, I found these glasses on the subway a long time ago. They kind of slightly prescription, but they're not. I'm not gonna wear them. I wore them just for this video. I'm gonna have my sunglasses on in a few. But yeah, so I got these on for now. I'm a silver one. Got on my SS Daily Duck shirt. Really, you know, you can look this stuff up if you want. You can look All Saints ball cap. You can look up SS Daily Duck shirt, and you won't even find it. You know why? It's that. Don't wait. Then we got Christian Louboutin strap up. Had to put another hole in it, man, because I'm losing weight, baby. We got on our Hugo Boss. These are like fitted though. Hugo Boss fitted cargo pants. And I was gonna wear my shoes, but I ain't gonna wear my shoes today. Let me bring my suits in. Of course, most of you see my shoe collection. If you haven't, just go back about 100 videos and you'll see my shoe collection. Because I got, again, 3,000 videos online. I think I have the most videos of anybody online on YouTube. But that wouldn't be surprising because I ain't got to brag about it. Because it just is what it is. I ain't like, oh, well, he bragged about how many videos he got. Why do I have to brag about it when you go to my page and you see 3,325 videos? And nobody's bragging about it. That's what I do. I'm an entertainer. I like to do that. I'm a musician. I should be 3,000 videos trying to show y'all how to get it together. So I was gonna wear these today. My Christian Louboutin. Oh, yo, I'm gonna put a tap on here. He's starting to wear. Can be wearing down my heel. My Christian Louboutin. Holla at your boys. Or all the way from Christian Louboutin to got some pair of Vans. Long to go with the shirt. Cause y'all know my fit's always got the fit. Alright. I would go to the retiree luncheon. Haven't been to one yet. It started at 12 o'clock. See, I want to ride out all the way out that way. Then if I ride out that way, that's too close to the New Jersey. Then I want to just go to Riverwinds right from there. I ain't get no coffee yet. I don't know. I'm gonna call him and see how many people there. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna call Larry Dixon and see how many people are there. If a nice little crowd there, I'll ride up there. They'll put gas in the car. I don't need washing. And I'll go by and check them out and see some of the retirees. What we got? Sunday Blind Mystique, who block? That DJ World? Okay. Very good, my brother. All right. Very good. That's what you need to wear. So how you like the video so far, though? Do you agree with anything I said? I want really after this video is to get comments on me. We'll talk about the video. What do you think about the video? Do you think that getting married at 64 is a good idea? Do you think this, because you don't want to be alone, you get married? Do you believe that, you should be having sex when you're not married? I mean, I put a lot of... This cable... This cable is driving me crazy, man. This cable really driving me crazy. I don't know what this is. I think this thing is just broken. So something that's bothering me about the studio. I hate when it's just... Not hate. I don't hate. It's really inconvenient that I do all my thing to thousands of $1,000 equipment, and you got one cable. This one cable has been a pain in my behind. It doesn't pick up. I don't know what's coming. You know what? Forget. I don't even want to talk about it. So I'm put on these vans. You know what I mean? I'm putting on the vans, and bada bing, bada boom. You know what I mean? Yeah, what you supposed to do? You're supposed to follow your mind. I mean, there's more complexity than just following your mind. Following your mind can get you some babies you don't want. If you followed your mind, thought you could poke the honey and forgot to put a strap up. So follow your mind is a little, not enough, my friend. That's not enough to keep you from getting married when you don't want to, having sex with somebody you don't want to. Can't follow your mind. A lot of people follow their mind. A lot of people in jail following their mind. So let's be a little bit more broad, bro. I mean, I'm gonna give you more credit than you giving me that answer. I need you to give me a broad spectrum answer as to break it down. I don't need a whole speech per se, but I need like you have wisdom, you should know you 65. Well, I'm not 65, unless you're 65. I'm not 65. But, and again, we weren't talking about me. See, this why it's hard to do videos. Even with people I know, it's kind of hard to do videos when you're not talking about a single subject. And sometimes it's frustrating. That's why a lot of times I don't do videos. What you're saying is not, it doesn't make any sense, bro. You're my homie. It's not, it's more than that, man. It's more to life. I'm working in and out. All right, well, don't just comment later on. I want to really get your true comparison. Take your time, bro. The video ain't going to be there. Bro, I got videos from way back in 2011. That's still there. So, bro, this video ain't going nowhere. I put out videos to hope to get people to, like, think a little bit sometimes. I mean, it's easy to sit back here and talk about studio work, talk about fragrances. Oh, I'll put a fragrance on that. I got grapes in it, orange juice, and hot pockets. It's easy to talk about that. Sometimes we got to get to the point that we're really waiting to talk and ask questions to people. We got a lot of people out here, their minds are jacked. So their wisdom ain't the same wisdom as my wisdom. They're breaking down. I'm just not saying you keep working, bro. Do your job. But I'm saying it's got to be more of a broader answer than this a six answer saying, well, you're 65, you should know better. And again, I'm not talking about me, I'm 64. But I'm saying I'm just trying to raise a question that maybe people should start thinking about, especially in this culture right now. These kids running around killing each other like they crazy, and a lot of them are y'all kids. And I'm talking about you. I'm talking about people who might look at this video. Your kids locked up in jail, and you wonder why they locked up in jail, and you wonder what kind of life you lived for them, and you might have gave them the greatest life on the earth. You might have gave them everything they wanted. Maybe that was the problem. Maybe you never disciplined them. Oh, I don't do that again. And maybe that's the problem. Why are some kids out here killing each other live on YouTube, killing each other live on Facebook? Where did that come from? That doesn't come from you should have wisdom. Because if you had enough wisdom, then your child wouldn't be out there shooting nobody, and you haven't passed them any wisdom. See, the fact that I have wisdom because my father passed me wisdom. These people out here killing each other, Facebook, the parents didn't, nobody gave them wisdom. And I feel so sorry that I must start adding the prayer in for all the children that was born from 2000 on the way back. So 2000 would make them 22, 20, 24 years, 25 years old, right? 25. I would hope by that point, some people have sense. But I can put up videos all day on my Facebook page of 25-year-old black kids killing each other in the street, looting, robbing, doing Facebook, pulling their hair down, putting baby hair, eyelashes. That's not wisdom. It's not about what wisdom I have, my brother. I'm not trying to get you to deal with my wisdom. I'm trying to get people who may look at this video outside of yourself to understand that you need to teach your children wisdom. Look, I ain't get where I am, and you ain't get where you are because you's a dumb bag of biscuits. You got where you are because you made some correct decisions. You got some forks in the road that you jacked up. I dang sure had plenty in my life, plenty of forks in the road that I could have went that way instead of going that way. But see, that came from prayer from a mother and a father. My father really didn't pray that much, but put them prayers together. He take her prayers, and she take his prayers because he don't even know how to pray, or he didn't. I don't know. Never saw my dad pray. Mom prayed all the time. All I'm saying is, that's what we need to be doing. You gotta pray for these children. Because it's out of hand. And most of y'all grown behind folks sitting up here and not saying nothing about it. Most of y'all grown black folk, your kid will go out there and kill somebody, the first thing you say Trump did it. It doesn't make any sense. I'm not gonna turn this video to be a political situation, but I'm saying people got to grow up. I know 64 years old people out here doing this. Ain't got nothing going on. I know 64 people still shopping at K&G. Who shops at K&G at 64 years old? I'd rather just walk down the street naked if I gotta buy something at K&G. I'm not saying anything against K&G. K&G got a niche for the people they got to have. But who's walking around with a freaking seven button Zeus suit now? Who doing that? No, stop, man. Nah. It's bigger than that. It's bigger than what I'm saying right now. What I'm saying is bigger than having wisdom. It's common sense. It's faith. Definitely is wisdom through faith. There's a lot of things. But if I had a child, I guarantee you my child would not be in jail. Because my father and mother had me and I ain't been to jail. So why would I pass down something? My niece and nephews ain't go to jail. With my sister. They ain't been to jail. Nobody in my family been to jail. I don't have any jailbirds in my family, period. It's not wisdom. Because them jailbirds that's in jail, maybe somebody's child here that might look at this video, thought they had wisdom. They thought it was a good idea to pick up a gun and shoot somebody, run up the street, and didn't know that 25,000 cameras, which is the only thing you could thank 9/11 for, is they put up a whole bunch of cameras everywhere now, and then they can find everything. That's the one thing here with 9/11 that worked out pretty good. It's a surveillance state, I got that. But some of that stuff can help somebody find somebody who may have hurt you, hurt your friend, family. Them cameras help. I mean, with all the cameras we have now. Phone, I got a bunch of Blink cameras in here for the studio in my house. That's what it is. But I'm saying, man, they got to come to a point. See, now ain't nobody going to be here because now I'm starting to get too real with them. Everybody want RaJuR to talk that pacifying preacher talk. Oh, you'll get in heaven if you sit in bed, flap, flap. But I ain't going to tell you about what happens if you don't do right. And they ain't got nothing to do with hell. It's yourself. So I'm saying, people don't like hearing real. That's why nobody on my channel. That's why I only have I just got 3,000 subscribers. There's a reason I have 3,000 videos up and only have 3,000 subscribers. My man who called me the Pontiff of Fragrance said I wasn't tagging my videos right. But let me tell you something, bro. I ain't care about tagging my videos because it wasn't that deep. This is realdeepkool, 3,000 plus videos of a channel with 3,000. You know why? Because only real people are checking me out. I don't need 1 million. I don't need 1 million. You get 1 million and you down to 1 and you jumping off a bridge. No. Because that's how life is, especially with black folk. So I would never trust black folk with my career and my videos doing stuff. I never have, I never will. All my support comes from overseas mostly. Because my name is RaJuR and they think it's Indian and then I get a little play, but then they hear my music and they down with me. You know what I mean? But they ain't going to comment here. You know, they go to my other spot where I tell them to go and we rap. You know what I'm saying? But people don't, you feel me? But nobody want to hear the truth anymore. Everybody want to live in their own bubble. Well, I'm doing the best I can. I got what I got, and that's what I got to do. Until something happened to them, their family, their daughters, their mother, their cousin, whatever. And then all of a sudden, just want to pray somebody into heaven, or it wasn't their fault, it was Trump's fault. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it, stop it, stop it, stop it, stop it. Will I get married again? I don't know. Well, I'd like to be married right now, today, if I had the perfect woman in front of me and said, babe, come on, let's get married, and we had everything cool, we understood each other, I would think about it. I would think about it. That's what this video is about, my friend. All the other stuff just came to conduit because I was bringing my mother and my father and how long they've been married. Hopefully your parents were married 55 years or 35 years, or still married if they're still here on the planet. Whatever it is. You gotta pass that stuff down. There's no excuses anymore. I'm not taking any more excuses from lame black folk who always have an excuse about why they're not doing the right thing, why they're not living right. And I'm not, no more. Because I done gave up my tapes. I done gave up my papers. I done told you, I done been through it. I done told you I was broke. I done told you I'm scratching for money right now. Well, RaJuR got all that stuff. Well, see, I'm not going to sacrifice some stuff for money. See, some people will sacrifice things just to get money. Just get rid of the thing that's taking your money. All you got to do. I ain't been to Saks in I don't know how long. I ain't bought clothes in I don't know how long. Why? I got a whole bunch of clothes. How many clothes have I sold? A lot. A lot. Clothes I paid $300 for selling for like $100 at 2nd Street. Shoes, sneaks. Had to do what I got to do. Got to keep my living up. But you can't have it both ways. I mean, if you're not rich, if I'm a millionaire, millionaires got more problems to think about than regular people. Because you got to figure out how you keep that $1 million. Again, and I'm going to end this video with this perfect example of the brother, the young boy who just became an NFL Holla at Your Boy 100. Married the girl now divorced him. Dum didn't get a prenup. She get ready to make him broke. Right now he's a bankrupt. He's bankrupt already because the contract that he was spending the money on was not a guaranteed contract. It was a contract. It wasn't guaranteed. So therefore, he still got a little bit of a problem. Now he might not technically be bankrupt, but for the $30 million that he got, what he got left, considers him bankrupt. You making $100,000 a year, $50,000 a year, whatever. When you get down to $1,000, you bankrupt. You see what I'm saying? It is what it is. So that's the situation. I never want to have money like that. I don't need money like that to survive. I can make 3,300 videos with $1 million, $10 million, $300 million, and have more problem with that. Because now I got people coming out the woodworks wanting to borrow money all the time. Nah, I ain't got no money. You ain't anything for me, we going Dutch.